Ladies and gentlemen, if in the essence of time, I'll go ahead and get started. The order is we will have a report from Franklin. I'll have a report. Then we'll have Mr. Tate, Chairman Tate, and Mayor Taylor from Highlands, and give us updates on everything. Also, we've got some Ziploc bags. If anybody needs a doggy bag, we've got them out in the office area. First off, let me introduce our town officials that we have tonight. Vice Mayor Barbara McRae, Joe Coggins, council member, Dinah Mashburn, council member, Brandon McMahon, council member, and Adam Kimsey. So we got a pretty good turnout tonight. So let me give you a little update on Franklin, where we are, where we're going. As you've noticed, we finally got the parallel parking in on the north side of Main Street. Been very little kickback on it. Few people have had a problem with it, but most everyone seems to be very pleased with it, and it's working very well. We do hope to begin work on the crosswalks and the bulb outs within the next month. This is going to completely change the complexion of Franklin. There will be those crosswalks that will be a contrasting color, a deep red with the white stripes outlining it, and then we're going to have bulb outs, which will probably have trees and flowers in them. If you don't know what a bulb out is, there are a lot of them over in Asheville. So we're proud of that. Comprehensive land use plan. We had 3 days of public comment, public meetings, online surveys, paper surveys, and it deals with poverty, housing, land use, our infrastructure, and our sidewalks for the next 10 to 15 to 20 years to come. This is basically, we're looking forward to the future. It's an investment in the future. Our water plant. We finished phase 1 and we're now beginning phase 2 of the water treatment plant. Clean Sweep. How many of you have heard Clean Sweep? It's a program whereby people may adopt a street to deal with the litter. We supply the grabbers, the vests and bags, and it's very similar to the Adopt a Highway program, except it's for litter. Our neighborhood litter. Our Memorial Park across the street where we had the last meeting, we have done extensive renovations on it, both inside and outside. And if you remember the old shuffleboard court, that's now the floor for the enclosed picnic area with the picnic tables. And we converted the old tennis courts into basketball courts. We have several large developments that are in the planning stages and a couple of areas that have been rezoned commercial. I don't have a whole lot of information to release on that tonight. Our hospital, as part of the Mission HCA sale, it appears HCA is moving toward a new hospital on the bypass adjacent to Bojangles' new restaurant below, and I'm sorry Ronnie, I still call it Integra Bank.
Still is.
Oh, I thought it changed.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So it's below the bank. Yeah. The festivals, Franklin continues to be a mecca of festivals and celebrations. The town wholly sponsors our Pickin' on the Square, which is now 21 years old, and our Pumpkin Fest is 23 years old. Last year, the children rolled over 700 pumpkins downtown Hill, showing that there is a valid use for pumpkins. The town sponsors a Veterans Day celebration, an old-fashioned hometown July the 4th celebration, and a children's pet parade. It really was one of the biggest crowds we've had in Franklin this past July the 4th. We have the Winter Wonderland and the town-wide lighting of the Christmas tree on Town Square. New banners. We've completed the first phase of replacing all the old town banners on the power poles, and shortly we will have phase 2, which will promote our Franklin Panthers around the high school area. Partnering with others, we have several 5K races, the upcoming 80s flashback, which will be this Saturday, heritage festivals, and the airing of the quilts. Our roundabouts. The DOT is putting in 4 roundabouts within the city limits. We also have several projects going on 441 South near the community building and the recreation park, and that looks like it's going to be a major project if you passed by recently. So recently, I'm going to brag a little bit. Franklin was named the 25th most livable city in North Carolina by the Chamber of Commerce. That's not our Chamber of Commerce. The criteria was based on 5 factors: employment, number of establishments, median earnings, housing owner-occupied, housing with a mortgage, monthly housing costs, quality of life, work, commute, poverty levels, education, percentage with a bachelor's degree or higher, and health. The other far western North Carolina town, the other one in western North Carolina was Waynesville at 50th. Broadband, this continues to be an issue that the town, the county, and I think everybody in western North Carolina looks at. Does any of the board members want to say anything? Okay, if not, Mr. Tate, sir, I think you're up.
All right, Chief Breedlove, appreciate your hospitality tonight and hosting us, and I love seeing your facility. It's always impressive to see you and your team come together, and a lot of that has to do with leadership. So kudos to you. So thank you all for having us tonight. Let me do, just like Mayor Scott, I'll introduce our team that's here tonight. I have our Vice Chairman, Ronnie Bill. We have Commissioners Carl Gillespie and Paul Higdon. We have our Finance Director, Lori Hall. Clerk of the Board, Mike Decker, and we have our County Attorney, Chester Jones, and our County Manager, Derek Rowland. Did I get everybody? I hope. Well, I got a few things I'm going to run through tonight. If y'all have any questions, please just throw your hand up and I'll do my best to answer. I'm going to break this out into sort of what's going on by the communities. And then I'm going to touch on a few things countywide right at the end. But initially, I'm going to start with kind of topics that we're discussing with the town of Highlands right now. Town of Highlands, this is probably new news to about everybody in here. Our next meeting here, August 9th, we're going to have the Highlands Performing Arts Center, the PAC. For those of y'all that don't know, they're doing a major, it's not even a renovation, it's a completely new building for the town of Highlands. So they're going to be giving us a presentation at our August 9th meeting, and as all of y'all know, what comes with the presentation. We're probably going to get asked to help that financially, so that'll be coming up. Highlands is obviously the community that I live in, so it's a little more closer to home. So I'm going to talk about a few of the things that are near and dear to me that I've been watching. Mayor Taylor and I were just sitting beside each other, and one of the topics we were just discussing was the recycling center efforts in Highlands. Currently, if you're a Highlands resident, you really got to travel a good ways out Buck Creek Road or a long ways down Rich Gap to get to one of our centers. And because of that, the town sort of gets overwhelmed with their dumpsters with household trash. You have these commercial vendors in town that pay for things, and they get overrun because it's just not convenient. It's just not a convenient center. So I know the county as a whole is going to be trying to make some improvements, which I'm going to mention again here in a few minutes. One of the things that I've got on my plate with the town is to try and help the town of Highlands improve their recycling center and our efforts in helping them do that. Third thing going on in Highlands right now is the mayor came down and provided us a few months ago a presentation about y'all's efforts, which I have to commend you on with your broadband. And now that we're through with our budget, we will be bringing that up for discussion. I've got a feeling it'll be our September meeting. Moving down towards Franklin, I'm going to mention some of the topics some of the things we've worked on this past year and some of the things we got going on moving forward. We just completed a roughly $3 million project to South Macon Elementary, where we